Hello, my name is Jack Levy-Verrett, and I wanted to talk about two major theories that were developed with the goal of understanding why men rape: the social psychological theory of sexual permissiveness and the feminist theory of social inequality. I'm not sure if this was okay, so I apologize in advance if it was not, but I didn't think I could properly illustrate either of these theories without mentioning the other. Before I begin delving into these two theories, though, I wanted to mention another prominent theory: the psychological theory of sexual inadequacy. This theory states that rapists are in some way emotionally disturbed, socially inept, or otherwise psychologically impaired. The reasoning goes that men who experience these internal struggles have difficulty successfully developing relationships with women. The frustration of not being able to maintain a successful sexual relationship is discharged through sexual violence. The theory especially mentions childhood experiences that could result in a personality defect that causes this social impairment. The biggest issue here, though, is honestly the most obvious. Most rapists do not have these issues. The majority of convicted rapists exhibit the same or similar psychological performances as criminals convicted of non-sexual crimes. This doesn't mean that this theory is inherently incorrect, but it has only been observed to apply to a very small percentage of rapists and sex offenders. The other two prominent theories are arguably supported by more evidence and can be applied to the majority of perpetrators of sexual violence. Okay, the social psychological theory of sexual permissiveness, in short, states that men in societies in which sexual expression and sexual relationships are encouraged, expected, or permissed may turn to rape as an outlet of frustration from being rejected. Developed primarily by Duncan Chappell and his colleagues in 1971, the theory aims to understand why rape is more prevalent in certain societies than in others. In sexually restrictive societies, rejected men can often rationalize rejection as a product of socialization. Women are expected to say no to sexual advances. But in less restrictive societies, like the United States, certain Scandinavian countries, etc., there's a lot more freedom surrounding sexuality. Rejected men cannot rationalize the answer as a product of socialization, so they may internalize the answer and take it personally. Repeated rejection especially often causes sexual frustration, which can ultimately lead to sexual violence. The feminist theory of sexual inequality takes on a different perspective. Rather than rape being a product of an egalitarian society's sexual freedom, this theory asserts that rape and sexual violence are tools used against women to perpetuate male dominance in a society or institution. Peggy Sanday, in 1981, conducted research that revealed rape-prone societies often exhibit a culture of male power and female submission, in which men hold significant political, economic, or societal power. Rape may be used as a punishment or a right of men that should be fulfilled. Male-dominated institutions, like certain colleges for example, may have such characteristics as leniency toward sexual violence and encouragement of masculinity in such ways that anything else is seen as degenerative or deviant. These characteristics perpetuate a culture of violence against women in an attempt to intimidate, subdue, or achieve sexual success with women, whether consensual or not. Susan Brownmiller, a pioneer of the theory in 1975, asserts that sexual violence is a tool employed by all men to subdue all women. This statement received criticism, but it illustrates that rape has been a primary tool of maintaining male dominance for a long time. Although these theories are somewhat conflicting in nature, they can entirely coexist together. Evidence usually supports social psychological theory in more developed sexually permissive societies. Men tend to rationalize rape as being a fulfilling way of releasing sexual frustrations. In sexually unequal societies, there's lots of evidence to support feminist theory. Societies that value male dominance are often lenient to instances of sexual violence. In addition, we can find evidence of social psychological theory in sexually unequal societies. Marriage, for example, is one of the few institutions in sexually restrictive societies where sexual expression is permitted and encouraged. Men whose wives decline sexual advances are likely to have their consent ignored or unvalued, leading to rape. Of course, this is also a product of sexual inequality in which women are viewed as male property, especially of their husbands, and rejection from wives is a rejection of their masculinity, leading to sexual frustration and violence. And, on the other hand, even in sexually permissive societies, you're likely to find institutions and ideas that promote male dominance over female safety. In any case, it's clear that both of these theories have merit. Alright, again, this is Jack Levy-Verrett. Thank you for watching, and any questions?